All right, so today we're getting the front end on the car on. As you guys seen in the background, the front bumper is right here. All the black is just plasti dip. We have some dip dissolver that I got. And then all of these fenders are off of miscellaneous cars, including the parts car in the back, that car, Omar's car, my car. There isn't a single good pair of fenders here, but this is the closest. This one has the line molded off. This one doesn't, but this one's really messed up here. So what I'm gonna be doing today is I'm gonna strip these down. I'm gonna cut right above the line. And then I'm going to, as you can see this line here, these ones are really rolled, so these are no good anyways. I'm gonna cut this piece off, and then we're gonna do like a little vent type of thing into the wheel. See if I can find a picture. Maybe I'll insert it here, give you guys an idea. So before we start the actual manifold, I'm going to build a, I'm not sure what to call it, jig. So over the engine, on top of the two strut towers or wherever there's space, I'll just build it and then you guys will see. So I'll get to welding all that up.
But the volume is massive.
Yeah, see the OEM red paint underneath is still on there, so I'm gonna have to do that again. Here is the final product. You can see we have adjustment points which it can move in or out on either side. And you can see I added a piece because it was a bit short. And now it could be universal for other vehicles and other cars in case I want to make manifolds for anything else. And then this guy, obviously it's stuck up, but you adjust these and it dangles down. And then the hot side turbo, I made this little plate. And then that guy slides onto here and it adjusts up and down, swivels and whatnot. Set it up to wherever you want to put it and you could build your manifold off of that. So that's, you know, kind of neat, something I thought up of. I've seen it before in different configurations. I'll get this set up and then you guys will see when it's on the car here in a bit.
Experiencing drive-bys, knowing what they were about. So the first thing we gonna do is throw in the pump because so I want you to know, but the outcome of gang.
As you guys saw, this can swivel either direction, up and down, and then adjusting this, I could move things around and you can get the right angle that you want. So that's just about where it's gonna sit. Just peeking right up the top. It's gonna be pretty nice.
They're nice.
Pretty cool. So excited to get building, but before I start building any of this, we got this stuff out. I know we need a pressure washer, but let's just let it sit out and then we can hit it with the hose. See if that works. See what happens. I say that so much. All right, check on that in a little bit. Probably like 2 or 3 minutes literally since I walked away, but I had to come back and show you guys. It's already working. Nice. Bumper looks pretty damn good, pretty clean. Those 2 black spots are actually paint chips. There's a lot of pretty good chips on this bumper. It's not perfect, just like the car, lots of little dings on it, imperfections, but it'll be going to body shop. I don't know when that'll happen. But the bumper is all good to go, looking really clean. All right, so we got the front end on. Fenders on both sides. Still need to finish the bottom half of either side. Go ahead and turn this light on. And I don't have my wide angle on because it's nighttime. It doesn't look very good during the nighttime. There it is. Fenders are really stripped them and primered them. Doesn't look so shitty. Looks pretty good actually. Let's see what it looks like with the headlights on. Looks really good actually. Really love those headlights. Just really simple little LED bars. All right, so another day late at night after work. I just got here, worked all day, so I didn't get much done today, but I was able to swing by AutoZone, and as you guys can see, I have all of these gauges here. So we have fuel, boost, water, voltage, and oil. And also I picked up a fuse block along with some other little miscellaneous wiring stuff. So I'm gonna build something to put these guys onto there. The reason I went with these gauges is because I was having a hard time finding a fuel level gauge that was 0 to 90 ohms. And the reason I need 0 to 90 ohms is because the fuel cell that I bought is 0 to 90 ohms. So this is one of the few that I found that were local and I didn't have to wait. And also wasn't a big brand, expensive one. Swung by AutoZone and I picked that guy up. And then I was looking at it and they're really nice. So I just figured, hey, why not? I'll pick up a boost gauge as well. And I picked up the rest of these so I could get that done. I figured I don't want to wait anymore. I didn't want to wait a little longer, and then eventually I was going to pick up some DeFi gauges or some HKS ready, something legit. But I wanted to do this now. Gonna mock these up and then I'll show you guys how they look. Something to consider if you're looking at these gauges and you're gonna go and maybe try and pick them up and use them for yourself, is this stuff is mostly made for older GM stuff. Like I mentioned, the fuel gauge 0 to 90 ohms, and there's like 2 other ohmage configurations that work with this. For example, something to consider with the boost gauge is this weird fitting stuff that you have to use. You can find an adapter and just thread it onto here, possibly just by finding out whatever thread pitch it's on there. And then you could thread on a like a regular vacuum line, something thick walled like this stuff, as opposed to using this stuff, because this stuff runs up until you adapt a regular vacuum line, and then you adapt that onto your engine. So I'm gonna do something about that and get that switched out, because I don't like any of that stuff. Something also to consider: water temp gauge on this guy has this probe, and so you will need to stick this down into a water jacket or something to get a reading. And it comes with this guy, which is 1/2 inch NPT, and it has an adapter for 3/8 inch NPT. So something to think about. I'm going to be using like a little water jacket adapter for that. So for example, this hose here, you would cut it and you would put like a little tube in there. You clamp it down on both sides and then you stick your probe into there. I'm not going to do it there, it's going to be somewhere else, but something to think about. And then also the oil pressure gauge, since these are mechanical, an actual oil pressure line going directly to the gauge from the block. So that's something to think about if you're not okay with having oil ran into your cabin. That's something you definitely want to consider. I'm not planning on using, like, because this is the same exact thing that you use for the oil. It looks just like this for the boost gauge and for the oil. So I'm not going to use that. I'm going to do an AN line, and then I'm going to find adapters to fit onto these guys. I'll let you guys know what that is, and if not, then ask me in the comments in case you guys are wondering. So you could just run an AN line directly from here to wherever your source is. So it's something to think about, something to really consider, because there's you can't just go out and buy stuff and throw it on. That's a lot of people's #1 problem, I guess you could say. So let me go ahead and get this stuff mocked up in there. Got the gauges all mocked up. This is the final rough draft, as you guys can see. So before I pull that all apart and refinish this whole piece, I wanted to show you guys. Back here, I got everything plastic welded. Yep, plastic welded. You believe that? Pretty cool. So I stopped by the store today also, and I picked up a ground block. And then this is going to be where my coolant temp sensor lives for the rest of its life. So this guy, you just splice into one of the little coolant lines, and then you can get your reading off of there. Because I mentioned before that you had to find a source somewhere to tap for your temp. And I mentioned that this is what I was going to be doing. This is what I meant. Now you know. So picked up some more wiring stuff. Aside from that, I want to show you guys this. My brother just got this stuff in yesterday. This is I think this is a Grady lip. Phoenix Power rear spats. Or rear add-ons, I guess you could say. So this stuff is from Campos. Shout out to Campos. Let me show you guys some more stuff from Campos. East Bay rear wing. Quality, like I just said. This roof spoiler from Campos has always been really good. These guys we've had on multiple cars. I had them on my previous car as well, which I sold. But they're still going strong on Omar's car. Me and Omar's Campos review was amazing. He's always been helpful to us. So that's that. I want to show you guys that and give you a little honest review on some Campos products. All right, so it's like 1 in the morning. I got a whisper. Really random little side project. See, the tab right there is broken off and there was no little bolt insert. So plastic welding one of these guys onto there. Let's see how that goes. All right, checking back in. That's definitely saved. Not the prettiest job in the world, but compared to the last clip where it was unusable. All trim on the car. This little piece that you guys just saw me fixing so we can hold the bumper to the fender. So let me show you guys the gauges. I got those just placed in roughly. That's how those are gonna sit. And then all these gauges are gonna be wired to this switch. So none of this is wired to accessory or the ignition. It's gonna be straight to the battery. From the battery to a relay to a fuse box, and then the fuse box is gonna feed all of these. Simple. All right, so got all these guys joined together on this little block that I found. Plate, I should say. So now I can start wiring. This is just about the distance that I want this guy to be from all of the gauges. So just wire from there to here, and then like I mentioned before, very simple. Straight from power source to relay to block, gauges to block, and ground block. Sounds kind of complicated, looks kind of complicated. It's not. I really recommend everybody to take a little crash course on, to go down the loophole and watch some YouTube videos and learn a thing or two. Just why not? I'm not gonna show you guys. I'll probably do a little time lapse maybe, or I'll just show you guys when I'm done. So see you guys then.
We're going to put a gold medal around Andy Couture and Dan Henderson, these guys that had contracts that I was trying to get. So you start to learn. You start to learn the policy.
All right, so here we are. Final product. Obviously not wired in, but then this guy just goes directly to the battery, and then we're good to go. On and off. Try to make this as clean as possible. This is just all the solder is taped around on the individual splices, so I'm gonna get some heat shrink tomorrow and get that fixed so it's not looking so ugly. But here it is. And then this guy I'm gonna make into one single harness. So there's that, ready to go into the car. Now aside from this, I just gotta tear this guy down, strip it down, repaint it, refinish it. So this clip was about to be just feeding this thing power so I could show you guys it switched on, but apparently this thing is dead, or so I thought, and I went to see if I could check it with the multimeter to make sure my circuit or anything on my circuit wasn't wrong. But then this guy is also dead. I guess I left it switched on, but then I tried an LED that I have over there on the battery and it's definitely dead. So I guess you guys are just gonna have to wait when it's in the car. Got the good boys out here with me. This is Sultan. He's the dad. And then this is Zeus, the goodest boy. So, can't show you guys that switched on. Anything else that I've done is actually the front end of the car is on, and I got all the trim pieces on. And then the manifold, I'm actually not gonna be able to start building it for another like 2 weeks till I get my TIG machine, so I don't wanna make it at all. So, here's the car with the front end fully on, all accessories, not accessories, trim, I should say. And then obviously the fenders, I have to finish them still. Get a shot with the pop-up lights on this guy. All right, so like I just mentioned, I'm not gonna be able to get my TIG machine for another 2 or 3 weeks maybe, but I mean, that's fine. You know, I got plenty of other little projects and side stuff going on, but until then, this is gonna be it that I'm gonna be showing you guys. Hopefully by then I could have some progress on this stuff. Thankfully, I have all my jigs and everything ready to go, ready for building. So, pretty excited on that. And then also, I got some of the miscellaneous little things in. Like I got this little oil pressure tee from Racer X. I don't even know why I'm showing you guys. It's just a little tee, no big deal. And then something really random, but I'm gonna show you guys. My little sticker collection. So if you're a vendor and you send stickers out, I probably got one. Gooper wants to go inside. All right, so that's gonna be it for this video. See you guys in the next one when I start getting all of this stuff ready to build. Can't wait for that. Get excited. And then I think I have some scooter, motorcycle, mini bike stuff that I'm gonna start doing here soon. I don't know if anybody's gonna be interested in that. I don't really think that matters because I'm gonna do it anyways. So, and then also I got the garage all cleaned up, kind of. Enough garage stuff. See you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching, and Keep building.